Hello my viewers and welcome back to my channel. Before we get started, subscribe because you will find my videos interesting. Like, share your comments and don't forget to turn on your notification bell so that whenever I post a video, you will be notified about it. So in today's video, we look into a complex issue that often goes unaddressed. Now this is something that has been going on for the longest time, but it seems no one is addressing it. The perceived racial biases faced by black individuals from the perspective of some within the Indian community. Now a brother highlights a long-standing concern, shedding light on personal experiences and accounts that extend beyond just Indians, encompassing non-Indians who have embraced Islam as well. Now, the criticism does not just end there, but extend to those who work or have worked for Indians before. The shocking part is that even some Indians agree with the brother to say almost all of them, especially those who are young, are taught the same things from their families, issues to do with who to date and associate with. So join me as we explore the narrative shared by individuals, reflecting on the broader implications of these experiences and the need for a deeper societal conversation on this. I will be right back.
One day when the country is no longer facing an economic crisis, or one day when the country is free of corruption, when we are ready to talk, when you are ready to sit down and talk about real-time issues that we are facing, we'll be able to sit down and talk about the amount of that most Indian people have towards black people. This might not be a popular opinion, but I know whoever's watching this video knows what I'm talking about. This thing has been going on for the longest time and people are not addressing it. Instead, we sweep it under the carpet. But it's been going on for the longest time. And I'm not talking about just the recent incidents that happened in Phoenix, the Phoenix community. I'm talking about a lot of things. It's been happening for the longest time. How many times have you met one of your brother or sister or auntie or even your neighbor who works for Indians? Or who works in my Kishini, or my Indians? How many times have you heard them talk about how badly they treat black people? How much they see us as slaves or animals instead of human beings? This thing hasn't been addressed in South Africa for the longest time. People don't want to talk about it. I don't know, maybe it's because of the affiliation that the government has, or the former government, as they said, has with certain Indian businessmen and business people. But we need to start addressing the situation. I'm talking about a lot of things. Even in religion, ask our fellow black brothers who decided to take Islam as their religion. Ask them how the treatment is from their fellow brothers in Islam who are Indians. Ask them about the treatment. Ask them about how much most Indian people would rather pay you through food, last week's food, instead of giving you like money, like as in real money. Ask anybody who works for Indian people how much they are. One day we'll be able to sit down and discuss that issue, that dilemma. We'll be able to talk about that disease that most Indian brothers and sisters have for fellow black people. Like, I really don't understand this. I don't know. History people will correct me if I'm wrong. But as far as history books are concerned, black people, Indian people, colored people, we were all the same in the eyes of the oppressor, our former government. We were all the same. So I don't understand why most Indian people will be towards black people, because we are the same, guys. They've got the K word, we've got the K word, you know? So I don't understand why they need to be racist towards black people. It's appalling. It's distasteful. It's crazy.
So this might be a two-parter, but the gentleman that I just stitched is 100% correct. When I came to the US, I was 17 in high school. And as I made friends, especially Indian girls, other Indian girls of my age, I realized that we all were given the same speech by our father, which was, we could not date black guys, we could not date Muslim guys, we could not date dudes. And I remember the abuse that I received from my father, physical abuse that I received from my father, when he found out that I was dating a Muslim guy. He immediately made me break up with the guy. But in that moment, after, basically beating me, he told me, at least it wasn't a black guy, because your beating would have been worse. So this is the second part of the video that I just posted. about how Indian people are towards black people. So I moved out of my father's house at 19. At 21, I moved back in. And one day I remember this very specifically. One day he comes out of the bathroom and he goes, you need to stop hanging out with black people and you need to stop eating their food. And I was like confused. I was like, what are you talking about? He's like, well, you use the bathroom and it smelled after. So you need to stop doing that and stop eating their food because it smells like black people in here. When he said that, I lashed out on him so hard to the point where he wanted to get physical again with me and beat me. But I stopped it right then and there. His thought was that because I had black friends, I was eating their food and, you know, black people food smells. Given the fact that I actually was only eating the food that his mother was cooking for us, my grandma.
I wasn't going to stitch this video because I've made many videos talking about in our community, but I've seen a lot of stitches on this video and Indian people saying, well, it's not all Indian people. Yeah, we know that, black people know that, but it's a lot of us. So they are valid to say Indian people. And can you honestly tell me, how would your family react if they know you're dating a black person? I also saw someone say, well, black people to us too. Two wrongs don't make a right, but I'm also having a hard time believing that you know that many black people. And you're probably just making this assumption from like two black people that were nice to you. So like, well, they was too. We as Indian people need to acknowledge how we are wrong and apologize and change. We literally have come through together and somehow we're still divided. It doesn't make sense.
Oh, it's really bad in the South Asian community. The towards black people is unbelievable how they're viewed, how they're treated. Even if you're a Muslim, by the way, like I've noticed a lot with South Asian Muslims, they even dislike black Muslims. It's disgusting, okay? And that's not a reflection of Islam, by the way. That's just a reflection of this community. The community that I'm from, so I can speak confidently on this. Yeah, it's disgusting. And this is something that a lot of people don't know. Mahatma Gandhi wasn't fighting for freedom for everyone. He was fighting so that brown people were treated better than black people, okay? Black people are seen as low in the South Asian community. Put it this way, if the darker you are in the South Asian community, the uglier you are seen, which isn't true, obviously, but that's just the way it's seen. So there's a lot of internal racism. Brown people they hate black people, but they will kiss the one that literally put them through slavery and everything. It's a bit odd. And the people that have it the worst in the South Asian community, brown women. Brown women that are seeing people outside of their culture who are black. There have been so many cases here in the UK where young South Asian women have been because they were with a black person. Okay? So yeah, brown women have it so much worse when they're dating a black person. But yeah, there's something, this guy's right. He has every right to be upset. I apologize. It's horrendous. And it's true. As much as we're all going to sit and be like, no, it's not true. It is. There towards black people, in every culture seems to be a thing. I know Eastern Europeans hate black people as well. But the South Asian community, oh, yeah, it's disgusting.
On the other hand, we have these two ladies who think otherwise. So check these clips. When I come back, I share my 2 cents on this.
So that makes it okay. And people who know better should inflict the same cycles of behaviour. What? I've literally seen black people be Indians too. But that don't mean I'm going to sit here and say it's okay when Indians are back to black people. And I'm not denying that some people can be in every culture. But I'm not talking about ignorant people here. I'm talking about those of us who know better. I'm talking about the same people who want to scream but continue to remain ignorant. In the context of what I'm speaking about, and to the level of this, no argument can justify it. These are innocent people making food and just doing their bit in their country, trying to earn a living. And people in the comments are using it as an excuse to, and this comment just backs all of that up. I think it's sad that black and brown people experience so much and then decide to point fingers at each other. But I'm not here to get into that. My point was that every single one of those videos have millions of views and hundreds and thousands of comments, of which most of them are towards Indian people. And no matter what anyone says, that cannot be justified.
Sadly, this isn't the first time I've received a comment like this. That's just some dumb, like, why would my people be rude to Africans? Like, you're a person of color, just because you're being rude or obnoxious towards someone else of color, that doesn't make you're still Indian. And if you had sense, you would realize that if maybe, perhaps, if all people of color came together, how much power you would have.
Now, as we navigate through this discussion, it becomes evident that the issue extends beyond isolated incidents. The video does not only bring forward personal testimonials from those who have experienced discrimination, but also touches upon the narratives passed down within families, contributing to a broader societal dialogue. So stay tuned as we explore the various dimensions of this issue, aiming to foster understanding and encourage open conversations surrounding racial dynamics within the Indian community. Now, in the heart of this discourse, it's crucial to acknowledge that the experiences shared are not isolated instances, but reflective of deeper-rooted beliefs. This video unfolds layers of conversations where individuals express the challenges they face, exploring the intersectionality of race and religion. It becomes apparent that narratives perpetuated within families play a significant role in shaping attitudes, contributing to a cycle that needs examination. Now, through poignant anecdotes, the video captures the impact on those who have chosen Islam as their faith, shedding light on shared struggles that extend beyond national borders. Now, the speaker navigates through these narratives, emphasizing the urgency of addressing these issues and challenging the status quo. As we delve into these accounts, we are inviting a reflection on the broader implications and consider the potential for change. It is a call to action, urging us to confront uncomfortable truths and foster a more inclusive and understanding society. So stay engaged as we navigate this sensitive terrain, aiming to contribute a collective awareness that transcends borders and bridges divides. Now, building on the discourse, the video also explores the historical context that may contribute to the perpetuation of these attitudes. By examining the socio-cultural factors at play, it offers insights into how deeply ingrained beliefs can influence contemporary perspectives. Through this multifaceted exploration, the video aims not only to highlight the challenges, but also to showcase the resilience of those striving for positive change. It serves as a platform for diverse voices, encouraging viewers to engage in a reflective dialogue on the complexities surrounding racial perceptions within the Indian community and beyond. It goes a step further by delving into the interpersonal dynamics within families, where individuals share their experiences of being explicitly discouraged from dating individuals from different racial or religious backgrounds. Now, this revelation adds another layer to the discussion, uncovering how family values and expectations can perpetuate prejudiced attitudes. It sheds light on these personal accounts, exploring the impact of such familial directives on individuals' choices and relationships. This aspect of the narrative emphasizes the need to address not only societal attitudes, but also the role of family influences in shaping perceptions and fostering an environment that supports diversity and understanding. Now, expanding on these personal narratives, just like we've heard from the teachers, individuals who have confronted these familial expectations have shared the emotional toll of navigating relationships outside the prescribed norms and the internal conflicts arising from loyalty to family versus personal convictions. Now, it explores the broader impact on the mental health and well-being of those who grapple with the clash between their family's expectations and their desire for authentic connections. It delves into the resilience of those who choose to challenge these ingrained beliefs, showcasing stories of strength and determination in the face of societal and familial pressures. Now, through these intimate accounts, the video aims to humanize the experiences of individuals navigating complex intersections of race, religion, and relationships. It serves as a poignant reminder of the importance of fostering open conversations within families to promote understanding and acceptance, ultimately contributing to a more compassionate and diverse society. Accounts from individuals who have worked for Indians express dissatisfaction with their treatment. These testimonials reveal a pattern of perceived mistreatment, drawing attention to issues of dignity and fair treatment within these professional relationships. By sharing these stories, we aim to shed light on the challenges faced by those working in such environments, raising important questions about power dynamics, respect, and equitable treatment. Now, the video serves as a platform to amplify these voices, fostering awareness about the need for fair and respectful workplaces. Now, where I come from, Indians don't treat black people right. There exists a troubling dynamic where individuals of Indian descent mistreat black people. Now, still on the same, let me share this story by a 27-year-old Zaruddin Muhammad, who says that being African in India, we are seen as something else. Now, after a year in India, Zaruddin Muhammad, 27, knows enough Hindi to understand what banda means, which means monkey. But it isn't even the daily derogatory comments that make him doubt his decision to swap his university in Nigeria for a 2-year master's degree program in chemistry at Noida International University. Nor is it the questions about personal hygiene, the unsolicited touching of his hair, or the endless staring. It is his failure to interact with Indian people on a deeper level. People often look at him as if he's different and hard to be trusted. Now, he says, I try to be friendly, I speak Hindi and always laugh, but when I offer biscuits to the neighbors' children, they don't accept. After a year, one of Zaruddin's biggest wishes remains unfulfilled: to be invited to an Indian wedding. I'm a fan of Bollywood, he says, he explains about why he wanted to come to India. I did not come for the school because there are enough good universities back home, but I wanted to learn about this other culture and interact with the people here. Now, while he speaks with his Indian classmates at the university, a 75-acre campus accommodating students from more than 20 countries, and some of them also showed up for an international cultural event he helped to organize. None of these encounters lead to friendships. I have never been at an Indian person's home as a friend. No one has visited me, Zaruddin said. Now, he says although he has had some bad experiences with Indian people, many of them are good, he stresses, and he doesn't want to generalize. That would be a huge mistake because it is Indians often generalizing about all people from Africa that makes us feel unsafe. But what do you, my viewers, have to say about this topic? Do you have any experiences? Share and your comments as well. Thank you for watching and see you in my next video.